Hello everybody, so here we are on the 18th of May 2019. So yeah, had a rather busy week this week. I've not been coming out here or into the garden too much this week because I had a lot of rain last week and that really has made people's lawns grow. So there we go. But anyway, so I've been coming out in the evenings and doing a bit of watering of the plants here. So that's that's something, and I'm having a look around and thinking about what I'm going to be doing, and there's a lot going on, particularly in this polytunnel, and the extra temperatures. We had about daytime temperatures on average, I think 16 to 20 degrees C. That's about 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. So not too bad. Not as warm as it was this time last year, but there we go. So yeah, so I thought I'd take you around with me and we can have a little chat, and I can show you sort of some of the developments that have been happening. So we're going to start over here with the Autumn Royal Grapevine, which is looking rather cool, one must say. So there you go. So look at that. I mean, I think I showed this last Sunday. So if you check out that video, you'll be able to see just how fast, grapevines move. I mean, particularly when they're, of course, in a polytunnel or greenhouse. But, they can be incredibly vigorous. I mean, look there, look, from my finger here, all the way to there. That's just this year's growth, in the last few weeks, really. But one of the most interesting things about it is I've set, a crop. Well, I haven't, the vine has. So there we go, little bunches of grapes forming there and there. And this is particularly interesting because I only put this vine in last year. So this shows just how you can use a polytunnel or a greenhouse as a catalyst for, quick growth and getting crops into sort of fruition, so to speak, much quicker. But definitely very happy here. I'm going to be doing some tying up and some pruning of this because if I leave it, it will get out of hand. They do that. Grapes aren't necessarily a low maintenance sort of vine fruit producer, so to speak, in terms of, you do have to keep them trimmed. But excuse me, but great thing to grow, in my opinion, are grapes. So yeah, I mean, I'm just really happy, and you can see by down here, look, it's starting to grow all the way out here, look, into my my Sharron Fruit, otherwise known as persimmon here, my pomegranate, and the orange tree, which we will get into in a moment. So yes, going to be sorting this out now. The runner beans here, I'm going to be planting a lot of those. I'm going to be giving some away as well because I've got quite a few there. But yeah, so they're going to be going out soon. These are going to be staying in my snake beans. They're not looking too great actually, but there we go. This container of runner beans, I'm going to take that outside, as I am with these squashes and this tomato in this pot here. You may remember that Miracle Grow video that I put up a few, last weekend or something. You can check that one out if you want to know a little bit more about the project going on here. So anyway, now intriguingly, this lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, and just lovely, what's it called? Blood orange tree. I mean, look at that, look. So I'm hoping to be getting some oranges on this tree form after this blossom. Oh, it's got a lovely smell. But yeah, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah, there we go. So that's set. Well, it hasn't set any fruit, but some nice flowers there. There you go. You can see just how many there are. So I'm really hoping that this orange tree is going to produce me some beautiful oranges, and that would be lovely if it did. Now, what do we got here? Now, the peaches, you can see, look, you can see just how quickly, they start to sort of swell up, the peaches. I mean, okay, I've said this many times before. This tree hasn't set the same size crop this year as it has done in previous years, but it's having a rest, and I don't blame it because it has been an incredibly heavy cropper. So it'll probably crop very heavily next year. So anyway, I've got a small crop, so I'm happy with that. This is quite this is quite intriguing, really, because a lot of people. I remember someone telling me, would peaches, or asking me whatever, would peaches ripen here in the UK? And well, these peaches in this tunnel, they're ready, long before the apples and before the plums as well. That obviously that is helped by the fact that they are inside this polytunnel, which does get very warm during the day. But they're an early cropper, so I'm very happy. That's variety Dixie Red, by the way, if any of you are sort of new to my channel. So there we go. So yeah, looking exciting and fun in here. And You know, my tomatoes in my grow bags are looking good. Now, this is most intriguing. Now, this is a grapevine it's a cutting that I took a few years ago, and I put it in this polytunnel. And I'm very happy because it set a little bit of a crop. Now, come into focus. It's not going to have many grapes on that. I wasn't even expecting it to have any sort of grapes on it. But now, it is either Lakemont Seedless or Musct Bleu, and I'm not 100% sure which it is. It's one or the other, but I did take the cutting from one or the other vine, so it's going to be one or the other, unsurprisingly. So these, you know, it's going to have a crop. I think it's Musct Bleu actually by looking at the leaves there, but that's fine. And as I stated before to those of you who have viewed my channel for a while, the plan is to have this vine growing up here, and this vine, which it kind of already is, to be growing up here. Are we in focus? Yes, we are. To be growing up here. So that's the aim of the game. So basically creating this exotic ambience within the polytunnel, and I personally think I'm on the way to achieving that. So yes, beers all round. Now this grapevine out here, we'll get into this knobbliness in another video, but I believe this is also, yeah, this has set a crop as well. So we've got a bunch of little flowers there, all over the show. I saw some. I think I saw some more the other day as well on here. Yeah, you go, look. Yeah, we'll get into. I'll do another video on this sort of thing. I'm going to be doing a separate video on, you know, grapes in a few weeks, because you know, I've got lots of high hopes for grape production here, so that's the aim. But you know, there you go. So we've set. We should focus better. There you go. I've set a. There you go. Set some fruit there. There. So, you know, considering how young this vine is and the fact that it got broken, even before this it got broken, you know, it's setting a good crop. So just got to sort something. I've just got to sort this out, but that'll be featured in a subsequent video. Now the blueberries, you may remember that video I did where I put them in a more suitable growing medium, the ericaceous feed and blah de blah. So you can see we've set very, very decent crops here, and the plant appears to be retaining them, and the colour of the leaves is looking sort of more lush than it was. So obviously the plant is benefiting from the you know, the ericaceous compost and the feed. So we set good crops on these blueberries. I'm going to be getting another blueberry bush or two over the next few months, because I really want to get into the production of blueberries, and I've never really sort of you know, achieved my potential on that. So that's one of many aims I've got. But yeah, they're looking pretty cool indeed. Right, so this is doing very well, this grapevine in a pot. Okay, this is Lakemont Seedless, and taken by myself from a cutting a few years ago. I'm pretty sure it's Lakemont Seedless. It's either that or Musct Bleu. I don't know why I've got this thing about these windmills. I don't know why I keep putting them everywhere, but I do. Anyway, that aside, they look pretty cool here, don't they? So there you go. Little bunch of grapes set there. Little bunch of grapes set. I wish this would focus better. Little bunch of grapes there. There, look, got grapes all over the show. So I'm very happy with that. And considering, you know, you can produce grapes, you know, in a pot like that, I mean, you know, and get a crop. It's unbelievable, really, isn't it? That you just, you know, think that you can, you know, that you can do that. All up there, a little bunch of grapes there. I mean, I might get about 7 or 8 bunches of grapes off of this from this pot-grown bunch of bunchiness. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable, really, isn't it? Another little vine I've got growing here from a cutting, much younger than that one, but this will one day, hopefully, be like this one. Okay, so here you go. So this is the main vegetable bed, if you will. So I've really got to sort this out. That's a job probably for tomorrow. But you can see my broad beans are looking, you know, fantastic. They've got some flowers on them now. and my beetroot's looking good. I've got to get rid of these old spinach plants which have now gone to seed, but the guinea pigs love eating these leaves still, so that's great. Here as well, you know, Swiss chard gone to seed more or less, but that's what happens this time of year when the plant senses the extra heat. They then go into seed production. That's what happens. Nothing unnormal. Anyway, the spinach that I put in and Swiss chard I put in a few weeks ago, you may remember. Look at it, doing really well. I've got to sort that out. I mean, that's terrible. It's disgraceful for a gardener to allow the vegetable patch to get weeds and grass in it like that. But never fear, Dan is here and he will sort it out tomorrow. Anyway, now the leeks. Yeah, my leeks are looking cool. Got a few more in there if you can find them in amongst the weeds. Here look, the potatoes that I earthed up, they're looking cool and lovely, coming through gorgeously. And here my onward pear, look, set a good crop. So yeah, very, very happy basically with how it's all coming out, and that's growing in a pot down there. Isn't that fantastic, loads? And there, look, going to have a huge crop of Tayberries. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, isn't that lovely? I'm so happy with the huge amount of crop. I'm hoping